Hello, Jesse.
Hello.
I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding your application and your interest in the Scholarship for Physical Balance and Therapy Centers. First question is let us know a little bit more about your academic achievements, your strengths, and your what you like as a future PTA.
So I'm a lamplighter here at Concord Career College, and I just got done with my second rotation, and I've already hit entry level at a majority of my clinical skills, so I'm very excited about that. I'd say that my strengths are learning new skills fast, which is something that I had to do a lot in this clinical because I had a lot of hands-on training with wounds, and that's something that I wasn't really taught very much, in my training at school, but I had to learn a whole new set of skills, clinical reasoning, when it came to wounds. So I think learning new skills, definitely a strength of mine. I'd say too, active listening. This rotation, active listening was so important, getting to know the patient so that you can really help them recover and help them modify, all aspects of their life so that they can recover at their best. And I would say my other skill would be, really communicating with other therapists because, this is a team at the end of the day. It's not just the PT or the PTA seeing the patient. The patient is seeing the PT and the PTA. So I'd say that is a strength of mine. Communication with clinicians and keeping that relationship going with the patient.
Awesome. Why would you like to work as a future PTA for physical therapy and balance centers?
Well, I really align with their mission, and that to me is so important, having the same values as the company you're working for. Physical therapy, the company, their mission is to, treat the patient holistically, which, is so important because patients are so much more than their diagnoses. Especially, with conditions like low back pain, we know how sleep and stress and, just life, the chairs you're sitting in, everything, the whole picture, you have to take that into account. And that's something that, I really learned on these past few rotations, how, you have to see so much more than just the diagnoses to really help the patients get better. So working for a company with those types of values is so important to me.
That's very nice. It's very important in our field not to just see a patient for a certain amount of time and move on. That you want to make an impact. That's awesome.
Exactly.
What are some of the three main priorities that you want in a PTA role as you get closer to graduation, looking for that first entry-level position?
Well, I want to make sure that, whenever I'm treating a patient, that the patient feels that they're getting the same quality of care under a PTA as they do a PT, because we do get extensive training in musculoskeletal conditions and neurological conditions. So I really want the patient to know and feel that they're getting a high quality of care and that their quality of care is not going to dip because they're seeing me. And, I want them to really have, very personalized care to help them reach their goals and get better. And I'd say my second goal is, on top of, getting better, is helping patients get back to what they were doing. I had this one case at my first rotation. This lady, she wanted to get back to riding horses, and at the start of when we were seeing her, she just wasn't able to. But as we were seeing her and worked on her balance and strength and everything you need to for seated stability, we got her back to riding horses. So that made me so happy. And I'd say my last goal as a PTA would be, just easing the anxiety that patients have going into rehab, because, rehab, you can be kind of uncertain what's going to happen. And I just want to ease the patient's anxiety because, you just got injured. You don't know, what the next steps are. You might have tried to manage this yourself, and now you're going to see someone you don't know that well. But I want to make sure the patient feels at ease because, rehab can be a tough process.
Very, very good. There is a lot of uncertainty when you go as a patient, and there's a lot of, it's a big clinic. They're scared, So that's a very good, great role and goal. How do you feel this scholarship would actually help you in reaching these goals and achieving your academic aspirations and future job placements.
Well, I think this scholarship too would, it helped me, focus on school, take care of the financial aspects of it. But, once I graduate too, I'd love to, focus more of my time, into, research or, continuing education into things like, vestibular disorders, pelvic floor, or, just, spending more time into finding out how I can help those who are underserved instead of, having to put in more hours into, overtime. I just want to help increase the quality of my care, and I feel like this scholarship would help me with that. And I'd also, just love to get to know the people behind physical therapy because it seems like a company with values I really align with.
Thank you. That is all of our questions, and thank you for all your feedback, and those were great answers. Thank you so much, Jesse.